Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Let's Talk with Janet and Love, and I am your host, Janet and Love. We are back, and it is 2022. I hope your holiday was well. I hope all was well. I hope that you guys received what you were looking for. If not, I hope you're here. You made it into a new year. So I'm excited to let you know we had our winter break and we appreciated the rest and relaxation. Got a couple of things to share with you all. Yay, we are under a new format. Let's Talk with Janet and Love is evolving. Can you look to your audience, look to your neighbor and say, evolving? We are evolving. There are going to be several features during the show. We are excited. I actually have a corporate sponsor. I have a few corporate sponsors. Shout it out. And I'm excited to let you know about one of our corporate sponsors today. Today's episode is sponsored by SWAC, SWAC, Sister with a Cause. It's Miss Deborah Blackman. She is a founding member and independent dispensary owner. Do you have issues with inflammation? Do you have issues with pain? Do you have issues with sleeping? Do you have sexual issues? Do you have hair growth issues? Let me tell you about this girl. No respect, but no. When I met Miss Deborah here in Chicago, she is one of the most lively women I have ever met. And she introduced me to this pain cream. And when I say this pain cream blessed the innermost of my soul, there were some places that I was aching that this pain cream would help on contact. And she is really, she will help you out on anything that you're looking for. So you're going to contact Miss Deborah Blackman, Sister with a Cause. Her email address is swacrocks, the number 4, healing@gmail.com. It's going to be posted in the bottom at the end of the show. And you can go to her website. It's SWAC Rocks, SWAC Rocks .wakana.com, and you can reach her at area code 708-887-9390. And if you're not in the Chicagoland area, she can get those products delivered to you. So contact Miss Deborah Blackman, one of our sponsors for Let's Talk with Janet in Love. I'm so excited. So the next portion of the show we talk about, it's going to be called Let's Talk News, where I get a chance to talk with you guys. If you want to interact, you are welcome to interact, but we can talk about some of the things that we are facing with news today. The first thing I want to talk about, my heart is hurting because we have lost two great icons in the beginning of 2022. What are you doing to us already, 2022? Our first icon we lost was the Betty White. Yes, the Betty White. Everybody's grandma. Everybody's the lady, the brilliant lady from St. Olaf on Golden Girls, because some people say she was slow, but I'm telling you, Rose was the smartest person on the show. Hey, Princess Champ, how you doing, girl? Uh, my heart hurts that Betty White has passed on. But the funny thing is that, well, it's not funny, but it's kind of sad that she passed on 2 weeks before her 100th birthday. And she was an icon to television. So we tip our hats in honor and in respect of Betty White. Also, Sidney Poitier. For those who are movie buffs, he was the great actor in Guess Who's Coming Again to Dinner. He was also in the movie version of In the Heat of the Night. Now, how many of y'all knew that there was a movie before there was a TV show? And he brought that famous line, that famous slogan, "They call me Mr. Tibbs." So Sidney Poitier was always known to have the eloquent voice. He was always known to be a great actor. He was also just recently honored with the Kennedy Center honors. And I mean, this is a hurt for the community, especially the African American community, because Sidney Poitier was the first African American who received an Oscar. So, African American man, let me get that correct. First African American man who received an Oscar. So, we tip our hats in respect and in honor of the passing of the great Sidney Poitier and the great district missionary, as they've been calling her on Facebook, Betty White. So, our next topic, we are talking, you know what? I have grown to the point to where this coronavirus, hey, Miss Chantel, how you doing, hon? I've gone to the point to where I am frustrated with this virus situation. Now they're talking about there's a strand out called the Flurona, which is part flu, part coronavirus. Now, when I last checked, I believe that if you have the flu and if you got it, look, I have had it up to here with Flurona. Hey, Maisha, how you doing, sweetie pie? I've had it up to here with Flurona, Corona, Jarona, Morona. Well, you know, the Corona, even the folks don't even like the Corona drink no more because of coronavirus. I'm up here. It's sad and it's crazy, and I'm just like, what is going on? What is next? Well, no, I don't want to say Jesus. No, I don't want to say what's next because it could be something worse and harder. But it's frustrating. Stacy, I'm not dealing with you today. It's so frustrating to find out, that they are coming with these different strains, and it's getting to the point where you're like, oh, help the church. And I'm just over it. That's my word for it. I'm over it. Thank you. Right, Chantel, tell her, stretch your hands. We are yet praying for her. The next topic I want to talk about real quick is, as of January 1st, 2022, I'll need for you to look at your neighbor and say SB 817. SB 817. This is a new law that has been signed in the state of Illinois. It's actually going to be signed in other states, but I know that it was signed and went into effect as of January 1st, 2022. It prohibits the discrimination against natural and ethnic hairstyles. So that means, your job cannot terminate you. You know what, Chantel? I'm not dealing with you today. It's a law, actually, to stop your employer from firing you or discriminating you or letting you go because you have an ethnic or natural hairstyle. That includes locks, it includes braids, it includes afros, it includes every form of wearing your hair ethnically or naturally. Natural hairstyles are now, it's against the law to discriminate me. So if I come in for an interview and I got an afro, or if I got twist, or if I got dreads, you can't say that you won't hire me just because I have these things in my hair. And there was a song that India Ari clearly said, I am not my hair, which I'm not my hair, but we're not going to get into that right now. Hi, Melvin. How you doing? Come on, take a seat. We are enjoying ourselves. And we're on the Let's Talk segment of Let's Talk with Janet and Love. You know what, Princess? You are absolutely right. Tallahassee needs that. Florida has not jumped on the bandwagon yet to pass that law to where it's they can still discriminate against your natural hair. So the lawmakers need to get at it. And some of y'all, you guys are voters. you need to go ahead and put that out there that that needs to be made into a law in your state if it's not as of yet. I believe a group of ladies called it the Crown Law was the code name for it, the Crown Law. But it's crazy that you could be discriminated just because of your hairstyle. But definitely, yes, Tallahassee, Florida as a whole needs that law as a whole. So spread the word, get that law out there. The next topic I'm ready to talk about, people, people. Why is Taco Bell coming out with wings? Help me. Why is Taco Bell coming out with? In fact, they came out a couple of days ago. And I mean, from what I've seen on Facebook, it's been a mixed response. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Some people say it's just the wing dings that they throw in the high grease. But I've been getting some people postings, and I posted one on my page where they're not cooking this chicken all the way through. Look, I love my chicken wings. I love my chicken wings. I love my chicken wings. I'm going to get delivered from those chicken wings. But I refuse to catch salmonella from Taco Bell because y'all not cooking y'all stuff all the way through. So I need, if there's anybody on here who's tried the Taco Bell wings, come on, ring out, tell me something. Let me know that this is not in vain, that I feel the way that I feel. If you've tried the Taco Bell wings, I might be able to give it a chance, but right now I'm apprehensive. Right now my hands are like, I'm kind of scared. But yeah, Taco Bell wings. Yeah. So I mean, we need Chanel tried the wings. Oh, Lord, please, somebody just help me. Help me. Because I'm concerned. I mean, you know, when the nacho fries came out, everybody was getting those nacho fries. Everybody was doing the thing. Everybody was grabbing fries and everything like that. And, right, they intestines finna shrivel up. And, thank you, Star, please. And while I'm mentioning Stacy and Star, you guys got to make sure you tune in next week for Let's Talk with Janet and Love, because guess who my guests are going to be next week? The Draper girls, Star, Stacy, and Sarita are going to be my guests next week on Let's Talk with Janet and Love. And I know you guys are going to be ready for this. You guys, if you got questions, go ahead and inbox me. If you got questions that y'all want to ask my girls, inbox me at Let's Talk WJNL at gmail.com. Let's Talk WJNL at gmail.com. And while we're talking about the show, and I'm awaiting our guests, unfortunately, yeah, this is going to be interesting, Stacey. I know. This morning of a great person. Yes, I see. We have, unfortunately, there was a passing in St. Louis of a great preacher. His name was Pastor Wyatt Greenlee. He was an innovator in the gospel community in St. Louis and in the country as a whole. So I do want to take a second out to send prayers out to his family, send prayers out to the church, send prayers out to the city of St. Louis. I mean, he was a gospel personality. He was on the radio. He's done things in music. So there was a celebration of life for him today, and our guest was actually participating in it, and I got word that he is en route to get online. So I told him it was fine because I had to get a lot of the business taken care of anyway. So you guys, just let's send love and send prayers to the Greenleaf family in St. Louis and to church family, and like I said, to the city as whole and to the gospel community as whole. While I got your attention, let's talk about one more. I've got a couple of more announcements, so that's even great anyway. But like I said, we're on a new format with Let's Talk with Janet. We're on a new format with Let's Talk with Janet and Love. We're going to interact more with those who are viewing. We're going to give you guys an opportunity to participate. So if you are interested in being a guest with Let's Talk with Janet and Love, you can inbox me here via Facebook, or you can inbox me at Let's Talk WJNL at gmail.com. Let's Talk WJNL at gmail.com. Also, we are announcing that Let's Talk with Janet and Love slash Destiny Productions is now on Patreon. Yes, so you guys can support. Let me just say this, and y'all want me to be real, I'm being real with you. Let's be flat out. Doing creative work and doing things like this and having an outlet like this, the show Let's Talk with Janet and Love, is not cheap. It does cost money. So if you guys would like to help us in our creative facets and our creative ways that we need assistance, you can subscribe. We have 3 levels of subscription. I have the $3 a month subscription, where you'll be part of the general Let's Talk community. You'll be able to get information about things prior to. You'll be able to chat with other followers and supporters. The next level is the $10 level. $10 level, you will not only be able to interact in the community as well, but you will have an opportunity to see behind the scene videos. I will have a lot of my guests who were prior on the show. They're going to do videos on the Patreon channel only. And in order for you to view those videos, you would have to be that level of a subscriber. That's the $10 a month subscription. And with the $10 a month subscription, you will also receive, drum roll, you will receive an ebook of one of the, I have a goal that I'm going to release 5 books before I turn 50. Now, for some of you that know me, I'm 47. I'll be 48 this year. I will be releasing 5 books out this year before I turn 50. And as a member of the Patreon community at the $10 level, you will have an opportunity to view an ebook of one of the books that I will be releasing. It would be my choice, of course, but you will get a chance. And then we have the $25 level. Now, $25 a month sounds like a lot, but I know you spend that going out to eat. So $25 a month as a Patreon subscriber. Not only will you get the opportunity to get the behind the scenes, not only will you get the opportunity to get the videos of what's going on, not only will you get the opportunity to give input for some of our upcoming shows, not only will you get a copy of an ebook, you will receive 1 free merch item. Yes, I'm coming out with merchandise. You know, I got inspired by my brother who just popped on, Chris the Bishop Live. Got inspired by my brother that I needed to get some merch. So we are bringing out the Let's Talk line, and we are also bringing out the Trash to Treasure line. Hey, Chris, I know you were still enjoying your, oh no, you home now. I hope you enjoyed your vacation. You need a vacation for your vacation. I looked at your videos and said, I needed a vacation from your vacation. And I digress. But we are releasing not only the Let's Talk line in merchandise, but we are also releasing the Trash to Treasure line. I understand. The Trash to Treasure line, I know you're asking, what is the Trash to Treasure line? Trash to Treasure is actually based from the ministry that I have. It's the Destiny Ministries, where I will be writing a book called Trash to Treasure, coming out later this year. And I will be selling merchandise to go along with the book Trash to Treasure, along with merchandise from Let's Talk with Janet and Love. And as a Patreon subscriber at the $25 level, you will receive one free merch. So I got all that out for you. As soon as the show ends, I will include the link for the Patreon page. So I'm looking forward for you guys to come and follow me on Patreon. Support your girl, Janet in Love, as I strive forward into creative works. Because Let's Talk with Janet in Love is going bigger than this. Let's Talk with Janet in Love is going beyond this. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you be my subscribers on my Patreon page. I'm checking to see has my guest arrived, and he hasn't, but he is still en route. So let's talk. I know I just gave y'all a whole lot of stuff at one time, but also, and I'm putting this out there, if you have a small business, or if you have a medium-sized business, or even if you have a multi-million-dollar business and you are interested, yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Dawn, I am claiming it. Yes, ma'am. If you are interested in being a corporate sponsor for Let's Talk with Janet and Love, please do not hesitate to inbox me via inbox here on Facebook, or inbox me at Let's Talk WJNL at gmail.com, or you may call me and I will give you it. Well, if you inbox me, I'll give you my phone number and we will discuss the process for being a sponsor like Miss Deborah, because Miss Deborah I'm excited to be one of my sponsors. And she was just as excited as I was to join the bandwagon to support Let's Talk with Janet in Love. So, I had to take a break, you know. My Let's Talk cup, I'm not going to say that a certain somebody who's still on this line has my Let's Talk cup, so I had to find other means. My trademark cup isn't here, Stacy. So, had to find something to take that place. But I am so excited. I've got some awesome guests still coming for, let me say this. And I don't know. Get excited about it. Your boss got it. Lord help the church. Let's get excited about this. That we have guests lined up for Let's Talk with Janet in Love up until the second weekend of April. January is booked. February is booked. March is booked. So I'm excited to see if, hold on for a second. I just got my guest just messaged me. Dr. Torri, if you're already online, can you make a comment so I can go ahead and invite you on? While he's getting on, as I was saying, I'm booked until April. Let me look at that date. I believe it's April the 9th. I'm booked until April the 9th. Yeah, MJ, yes, busy. I'm booked until April the 9th of Quabana. Yes, sir, I am booked, and I'm excited that you're one of my guests. In February, you will be on February the 12th. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on February the 12th. I see that Dr. Anthony has arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and get him in. Catch you live. That's right. Dr. Anthony, good
Greetings,
afternoon.
greetings,
Greetings.
greetings.
How are you on this awesome day?
I'm doing absolutely amazing in yourself.
I am great. First of all, I do want to send my condolences because I know how Pastor Greenlee really made a major impact in your life as well.
Yes,
And I know
yes, thank you.
this was a major hit for the not just the St. Louis Christian community, but the gospel community as a whole. People don't
Ye-
realize how he made a major impact in the gospel community. So I do want to send my condolences to not
Thank
only
you so
you,
much.
but all of the preachers who followed him and strived and gleamed under him.
Yes, thank you so much.
Also, well, let me give a little bit about you. Dr. Torri Anthony, he is the CEO of Seeds of Empowerment, and he's going to give you some information about what Seeds of Empowerment is. He's also the CEO of Empowering You to Evolve. See, y'all better
Absolutely.
get ready for this. And he is what I call an empowerment coach. I could give, we're going to go back to that. I'm going to put a pin right there. We're going to come back to that.
Okay.
He has been married for 15 years.
Yes.
See, to one wife,
To
to one
one.
wife,
To
to one
one.
wife. See, we will go that would preach all by itself.
Yeah. To one.
But I've known Torri for Lord have mercy.
Mm.
Um
Right shy of 30 years.
over.
Yeah, right shy of 30 years.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
We both
right shy
attended
of
the
30 years.
same. We
Yeah.
are wow. We
Marquette
attended the
Day.
same.
Yeah, Marquette
See,
Day.
I wasn't even gonna get into Marquette.
Yeah.
Marquette Visual Performing Arts
Right.
Middle School.
Right at
Then
30 years. Yeah.
Central Visual and Performing Arts
Performing Arts High
High
School.
School. We
Yeah.
and the funny thing was we weren't just people that went to the same school together. We were in the same theater class
Yeah, class.
together.
Absolutely.
So we
Absolutely.
did performances together.
Yes.
So it is exciting to see not only what God has done in his life and how he has evolved to the man that he is today. But I'm gonna tell y'all, don't get it twisted. Torri has always been an encourager. Torri has always never bitten his tongue since back then.
Never, never.
So just get ready for today. Thank you, Torri, for coming on to
Thank you
Let's
so much
Talk
for
with
having me.
Janet in Love.
Thank you for having
Okay,
me.
so can you tell me what you consider the definition of an empowerment coach is?
An, an empowerment coach. The Army has a saying, be all that you can be in the Army. My
Mm-hmm.
job, I believe that God, even before I was conceived in my mother's womb, birthed that down on the inside of me to push,
Mm-hmm.
to encourage, to pull you out of, because a lot of people just don't move because they're stuck in a certain place. And I believe that God has gifted me and ordained me and given me that power to be able to get into that space that others that don't want to go. You know how people say you got to get in down dirty. I believe that God
Mm-hmm.
has done that for me, and He's equipped me to be able to go to talk to the well educated, to the least educated, and be able to leave some nuggets to help them. A lot of times, after I've talked to somebody, I'll look around and say, "Wow, I need that for myself because I've pushed somebody else."
Exactly.
And I haven't taken it in for myself, but I believe that that's what God has called me. And like you said, I've been doing that all my life since I was a
Oh,
little boy. One thing that I've learned to do is see the better in everybody, because everybody,
absolutely.
no matter what state they're in, no matter where they are in life, they have a better down on the inside of them. It just
Oh,
takes
come
people
on.
like you and I to wake that up. It just takes people like you and I to wake that up, that what's down, laying dormant on the inside. It takes someone to talk to them. It takes someone to encourage them. It takes someone to push them. And a lot of times, like I said earlier, it's not about pushing. Sometimes we got to pull some people out because we pushed them so long that we can't, they didn't get a
Right.
pull.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, the
Yeah.
thing about it is what really gets me about a lot of it, everyone's like, well, you're always so cheery, you're also push. But encouragers need encouragement as
Yes,
well.
absolutely.
And when you're
Absolutely.
pouring out so much and pouring out and pouring out and pouring out and pouring out and not getting poured back into, you're empty. You're running on fumes. So then
Hmm.
you'll need someone who can pour back into you, who can encourage you, who can push you to go to that next level. Because when
Right.
you get stuck at that one level, some people call it stagnation, some people just call it stop, some people call it their plateau. But there's always a higher level for you to strive for. And
Hmm.
that's something that everybody needs to remember, that there
Hmm.
is always a higher level for you to strive for. And as an empowerment coach, and I'm so excited about empowering you to evolve. Can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about empowering you to evolve?
Empowering you to evolve basically is just that. It's simply that, empowering you to come from it's funny because my mother's favorite thing was a butterfly. But we all know that
Mm,
a butterfly comes from what?
a caterpillar.
A caterpillar. So the caterpillar evolves into something beautiful because most people, excuse me, don't like caterpillars. They don't look at caterpillars as being
Right.
something beautiful. But it's after the caterpillar goes through a process
Oh
that it
my.
evolves and becomes some. Because a caterpillar is grounded.
Oh
A,
my.
a
That's good.
caterpillar is grounded, but a butterfly soars. Listen to
Oh
what I just said.
my.
Caterpillar is grounded, but a
Mm-hmm.
butterfly, once it comes out of its shell, it begins to
Flies
fly.
off.
So that's what empowering you to evolve is. It's taking you from the caterpillar state and causing you to move
Well,
into the
now.
butterfly state. And the thing that I like about a butterfly is that it doesn't just fly, but a butterfly is beautiful.
Oh, see there. That's good. That's good
See, a
right there.
caterpillar have some ugly stages,
Oh
but I
my.
have, to this day, I've never seen an ugly butterfly.
You
No
better
matter
say
what,
that.
no matter what color coordination it is. See, this is gonna help somebody because you think just cause you black, you think just cause you white, you think just cause you Mexican, you think just cause you Indian that you're not good enough. But
Oh
I want
my.
somebody to know on today that no matter where you are, no matter of your skin complexion, no matter of your sexual preference, that you're good enough for the assignment because the assignment was given even before you were conceived in your mother's womb. You just have to evolve into who he's called you to be.
Oh my. See, you know what? We about to have straight church on it because I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
you need.
I'm
It's
just who I
okay. You
am.
you that's
Mhm.
but it's the truth. If people learn to realize that if you take every single label that's been placed on you and take it off of you, you can see the authentic you that's under all those labels. And all those labels do not define who you are.
Funny that you say that about labels, because just on my way home from the services, I was talking to my wife about titles. And a lot of
Mm.
times we are not humbled because we too puffed up in titles. And what happens in real life is that we allow people to put titles and things on us, and then we wondering while we walking around like a bag lady full of everybody else's garbage and not living to our full
Ooh.
potential because we've listened to Boo Boo tell us that we was this, that we was that, and that we was that, and we never become who we were really created to be. So
That
that
is good.
that when the empowerment coach have to step in and help you determine what you need to move out of the way. See, because the reason that some of us can't move forward and that we're stagnant is because we got too much of everybody else's plan down on the inside of us, that we can't get
Wow.
our own plan and move forward to do what we were created to be, whether it's in kingdom or whether it's in secular.
Well, now, can you say that again, please? Please say that
We
again.
have too much of everybody else stuff down on the inside of us that it has bogged us down and causes us not to be able to move further, whether it's in kingdom or in kingdom. We trying to walk like
That's
Bishop so
it.
and so. We trying to preach like Bishop so and so. We want to
Come
become the next
on.
archbishop. We want to be the next apostle. And none of those callings have God ever did not call us to. And in the secular, we want to be the lead, the team lead. We want to be the manager. But you don't have the attitude.
Well, now I just had a conversation with somebody just about this very thing, about the expectations of others being placed into you so much to the point where you lose your own identity. It's almost like you have an identity crisis because you're like,
Absolutely.
you don't know who you are because
Absolutely.
you're this to somebody else, you're this to this other person, you're this to this person, and because you're this to all these different people at all these different times, and at the same time, simultaneously, in some cases, you lose who you are.
But can I share something with you?
Go
Do
ahead.
you know why it's so easy for this to happen?
Why is that?
Because as children, we're taught to become who our parents desire for us to be.
Well,
And
now.
especially in the African American home, we're never
Mm-hmm.
really allowed to evolve. Come on now. We're never
Mm-hmm.
allowed to evolve and become who we desire to be, or be what we feel is best for us, because our parents is constantly telling us we should be this, we should be that. You need to hang with these people. You need to go. So we're taught that. So when we get in up in age and get out in the real world, that's all that we're used to, is listening to what everybody else got to say about us. So we never break free.
You
So,
know
so
what?
maybe
That's
I need to
heavy.
humbly submit today that it's time for a lot of us to break free from the chains of others.
Now, see, you know what? I would throw something at you, but you in a whole nother state. But watch this. We are in 2022. We are in January 2022. Most people take this time to do resolutions. Most time people take this time to do assessments. But I want you to speak to that person who's ready to make a change, but they feel like they don't know how to make that change in their life.
The first thing that you have to do, if you're really ready to make a change, sometimes it's cut off the ear passage.
Well,
You got to cut off what you're allowing to come in. Because as long as you're listening to everything around you, you'll never hear clearly what he's trying to download into you, because you're allowing everybody to download, overtake you. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that we need to get back to meditating. We need to get back
mm,
to, and see, a lot of us don't wake up and meditate. A lot of us don't take time simply to steal away. I used to always hear my grandmother and them say you need to steal away. I didn't get it, because I always wanted to be around people. I always wanted to
mm-hmm.
in the in crowd. But I want you to understand that the only way that you can evolve sometimes is by breaking free, stealing away, and getting to know, as you say, yourself authentically. Because a lot of us, truthfully, don't know who we are authentically. So we cannot carry out what we're trying to do in our resolution, because we are afraid. Thank you, Jesus. We are afraid to put the end to one chapter,
Mm.
so that we can move forward in the next chapter. You must understand and know that a new chapter can't begin if you won't finish the old one.
Ooh, wait. Please say that again.
So,
Please
so
say that again.
you must understand that a new chapter won't begin if you won't finish the old one. So let me help you. Let me be transparent for a minute. You
Please
know,
be
when
transparent.
everybody starts saying, period, period, I hated to hear it. But then God had me to preach a sermon about period because I now understand that we have to put periods at the end of some stuff so that the new can happen.
Well, now, sir.
Because the new can't happen if we refuse to put a period where the old needs to stop.
See, Paul. Okay. See, in order for you to go forward, you've got to end some things. Some things have to be cut. Some things have to be finished. Some things have to be, some cases, some things have to even be severed. Now,
Listen,
see, people ain't ready for that part.
listen. When you're driving down the street and you get to an intersection, there's a thing that's called stoplights.
Uh-huh.
And you must understand that the stoplight comes on and it's red so that you can stop. But it
Uh-huh.
allows the traffic around you to pass by to clear the way so that you can go forward
Well,
without
now.
anything in your way.
Oh my goodness.
Likewise, in life, God will allow stoplights to happen to allow
Mm.
all the stuff that's not meant for you to go past so that when it's time for you to go, you can go smoothly. The problem is a lot of us get out of our turn and want to move on red when it should want to move on red before it turns green. And that's how we end up having head-on collisions or somebody hitting us in the side because we're scared to stop, put a period there,
Wow.
and so that we can move forward without any interference.
Well, now that right there is so powerful because we need, oh my God. I mean, just that little bit right there you just gave about the stoplight. If people learn not only just to stop, but to look around at their surroundings before they even go when there's a green light. Because if you notice, sometimes most accidents happen when the other person isn't paying attention and they run the red light and they wind
Mm-hmm.
up having an encounter with you. So you have to not only watch for yourself, but you've got to watch for others.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I'm learning, and I appreciate. I'm going to be transparent at this moment. I appreciate you as my brother because you, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
we have
Bless you.
years. We have
Yes.
been. He's been there when I lost my husband. He
Mm-hmm.
had been there when I decided to leave St. Louis. He was there. He was even there when I've moved here to Chicago and
Now
decided to continue.
I
So
was.
we gonna nip some things in the bud. But I want to tell you how I appreciate you as my brother because not only this is something key that we need to understand. In order to have a person in your life, you need to have someone who is in your life who will tell you, baby girl, you're wrong. Baby girl, you need to get it
Absolutely.
together. Baby girl,
Absolutely.
you need to wake
Absolutely.
up. Or one of my favorite
Absolutely.
words. And I told somebody this and they laughed, but I only my brother Torri could tell me this. I've never known Effie to do background. Those who watch Dream Girls understand what that meant.
Will understand. They'll understand it.
But I appreciate you as my brother because that putting fire under me to really work on the authentic Janet. And
This
not to
is
say,
you. Yes.
and the thing about it is, I'm not even going to say it was just you. I give shout out to my church, Powerhouse International Ministries. I give shout out to my daughter Stacy Janae Draper. You are my boo thing. I give shout out to my son Kevin Harris. I mean, I give shout out to people who my other girls, Star and Sarita. I love you guys because there are people in who you can authentically say are in your corner. They're not going to
Your
say,
corner.
okay,
Absolutely.
it's a good idea to do this. It's a bad idea. They'll say that. They won't let you. keep driving on expired license. Catch that?
Well, come on. That went
They
over
won't
somebody's
let
head.
it did. They'll catch it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Or they won't let you drive forward and your brakes are bad and you wind up going into a collision because your brakes are bad. They'll tell you to stop, get yourself checked out, take a mental break.
absolutely,
I will
absolutely.
say, and this is, and I've been talking about you. I've been talking about you to a lot of people, but I'm talking about this, the importance of a mental health break.
Yes, yes, yes.
People don't understand the importance of a mental health break. It's
Great.
something that what I found out here in the city of Chicago with the Chicago Public Schools, they are allowing their students to have 4 mental break days a school year where it will be
Wow.
an excused absence. Now, if
Wow.
the school district
Come
is
on
telling you it's okay for you to take your child to
to
take a
take a break.
mental health break. Why can't you take a mental health break?
Yes, absolutely.
Why
Absolutely.
can't you take a mental health break? I've got to work. I've got to do this. I gotta. That was my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be transparent today. If I said that Let's Talk with Janet and Love was going to be real. So I'm
Absolutely.
allowing you guys to not only hear what the guests are saying, but I'm going to open myself and be transparent. I did not allow myself to get a mental health break for a long time.
A long time. And I encouraged you to for a long time.
And you did. And you did. And once Janet decided to take a mental health break for herself. Alita, you are absolutely right. She says it's taboo for us. It's taboo for us. Don't deal with our mental health. It is. It's very taboo, especially for the African American community. It is very taboo for you not to deal with your mental health. People don't deal with their mental health in the African American community until it's too late, until you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia, until you've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, until you're diagnosed with multiple personality disorder, until you're diagnosed with narcissistic disorder, which there is a disorder for narcissism. I'm sorry. I get excited when I start talking about mental health, but you need to realize the importance of mental health. Your mental health is important.
Important, very important, very important.
Now, Torri, I know this is I kind of got offline, but I got to
Oh
get back
no.
on track.
Uh-huh.
But you have a week. Well, you do something on TikTok, which I love your TikTok when you do your inspirational thoughts. Can you
Mm-hmm.
empower some individuals who may not see you on TikTok? Can you give them like a taste, a sampling of something that you would put on TikTok in regards to empowerment?
Yeah. Get out of the corner.
Uh-uh.
Get out of the corners. A lot of you all are sitting in a box in a corner where someone has pushed you to the side and left you sitting there as if you were nothing. I come to tell you today that sometimes you have to allow yourself to bust out of the corner, out of the box, just like the Jack in the Box pops up. You got to let them know that you were never meant to stay bound inside of a box. Get up out of the box. There's more to you than meets the eye. And
Uh-oh.
trust me, I don't like cardboard. So every time somebody try to put me in a box, I'm ripping it apart. So
That's it.
you need to learn to rip the box apart. And the thing about being inside of a box, you can kick it open from the inside.
Oh. Ooh.
You can birth forth from the inside. Most babies come from the inside. And you
Mm.
must understand that the reason that some people put you in the box is because they really knew your value and they didn't want you to be exposed because they were saving you for their. But can I humbly submit to you that some of the people that's been saving you for their time of need, you were never meant for their time of need, but God had a greater calling on your life.
Amen. Hmm. And you can check that out on TikTok. Amen.
On
We're gonna give
TikTok.
we're gonna give you all the contact information at the end. We've come to the part of my show where we do a word association, and I'm gonna give you a couple. I know MJ, Torri. MJ's like, say it louder, Torri. But what I do is I give you a word and you tell me the first thing that drops. I'm gonna take some stipulations off of it because my brother Chris Lyles from a few episodes back, he wasn't able to just give one word to some of the words that I gave. So what I've
Okay.
decided to do is to allow you to use whatever words you want to use for that particular word. I won't put a limit on you on how many words to use.
Okay.
All right, your first word is empowerment.
So I'm supposed to associate a word with empowerment,
Mm-hmm. Or whatever, a thought or a word.
growth,
Okay,
soar,
there you go. Family.
children, grandparents, lineage.
That's good. Career.
You make the career. I don't know why you asked me about career, because see, I go back into the empowerment, Dr. Mo, because see, God told me some time back that a lot of us is sitting up waiting for other people to place us in positions. And in all actuality, God has ordained us to create our own platform.
Ooh.
Likewise, He's created us to be able to create our own career. We don't have to wait for them to say, this is a position that's available. If you don't see what you're looking for available, go out and create it
Create it
yourself.
yourself.
See,
Yes.
I have never been one that went through a salsa experience. The only time that I've gone through a salsa experience is after I had bariatric surgery. See, I didn't have to go through a salsa experience because I was never looking to grant my feet on anyone's platform, because I already knew that God had given me the ability to create my own platform. Likewise, you that's watching, I need you to understand that God has put it down on the inside of you to be able to create whatever it is that you desire. You don't have to sit back and wait. You don't have to sit back and look for nobody else to do it. But I also need you to understand, don't get out of line.
Ooh.
See, because
Don't
some
get
people
out
will
of
watch
line.
say that I heard the empowerment doctor say, create my own platform and you'll get out of line. You must understand there is protocol to everything and there is order to everything, but you can still create your own platform.
Well, now, see, you know what? Your next word, boss.
False. Did you say
Mm-hmm.
false?
Boss,
Oh,
like
false.
boss.
False. Boss or
Boss.
false?
Boss.
Boss.
BOSS. Boss.
Oh, boss. Janet Loves.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Icon.
Icon. Um, Tori Anthony. No, for
You're right. You're right.
listen, it is Tori Anthony.
That's it.
No,
Success.
we're Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks.
Absolutely.
Those are people that's not considered icons. They're considered a part of Black history, but to
Come
me, they are.
on.
Now let's just be real. See, we'll go out and say somebody like Tony Braxton is an icon. No, Dr. Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks is an icon to me.
That's it. And see, I'm not gonna go there. Inspiration.
Inspiration, the Word of God. It's a great
Woo!
inspiration. A lot of us don't know it because we fail to pick up the Bible and read it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
I'd
supposed to
have
be
dropped.
very encouraging, not sitting on people's toes. I'm so sorry.
Oh
I'm
no,
so
no, no! You're fine. This is a free space. If people don't
uh-huh.
know anything about
In,
Let's Talk
inspira-
with Janet in Love, it is a
inspiration,
free.
the Word of God, and a lot of
That's
us
it.
haven't moved forward because we haven't read what He said for us to move forward.
Well, now here, okay. And your last word is legacy.
Legacy. again, you create your platform, which then in turns creates a legacy that you leave for your children and all of your offsprings, your children's children, your children's children. So it would behoove you that at this juncture in life, that you would create a platform that would bring legacy, that will bring financial stability, that will bring happiness, that will bring wholeness, that will bring all of that.
Whew, baby. Okay. Um, we are now approaching to what I call the lightning round. I
Okay.
have 20 questions. You
All
give me a
right.
number between 1 and 20, and I ask the
Mm-hmm.
question that is corresponding to that number. I know, Alita, I was
Okay.
finna holler confirmation right there, but I'm trying to keep myself calm. But so much confirmation. If you only knew the conversations that have happened this past week where
My
you are
God.
just confirming a lot of stuff. But back to my lightning round. So you're going to give me a number between 1 and 20, and I will
Okay.
ask you the corresponding question with that number.
All right. 5.
5. Everybody pick 5, but I like that question. 5.
Mhm.
If Lifetime did a biopic of your life, a life story of your life, who would you want to portray? Number one, the younger you, and number two, the current you. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be an actor that everybody knows, but if you put in an actor, that's cool. If you know somebody who could portray your role, go ahead and put them in.
Myself.
Can't nobody be you but you.
Listen, I am simply the only me that there could ever be. Now, I don't even know if I can go back and find someone to be the younger me. Um, I mean, there might be some lookalikes that can possibly be the younger me. But I really don't know who I would want to portray me. I never put a lot of thought in someone portraying me.
Okay, okay. All right. Give me another number between 1 and 20.
7.
7. Ooh. Who do you admire as an entrepreneur?
Who do I admire as an
As an
entrepreneur?
mm-hmm.
Um, I would say Tyler Perry is a person that I admire for the work that he's done. Um, as far as you and I know, as being a lesbian and how he's taken sleeping in his car and all of that, with his first play and where he's evolved to now. I would say
Exactly.
I admire Tyler Perry in that sense. And in the real world, I admire my sister friend, our classmate Stacy White. Shout out.
Yes.
This is gonna be
Shout
a
out
shameless
Stacy.
plug. It's a shameless plug.
Go forth.
Young black girl, young black lady that you and I grew up with, and she's become a very good sister friend of mine that has just purchased a franchise of Steak and Shake here in St. Louis, Missouri. So I admire
Yes.
her and the work that she is doing.
Yes. And I mean, she jumped into something that not the average African
Come
American
on,
woman would
come
go into
on.
doing a franchise.
Come on,
So, yes, shout
there's
out to
very
Miss
few of
Stacy.
us. There's very few of us that are franchise owners of Steak and Shake. So
Absolutely.
I admire her in all that she's doing.
Awesome. And I know she's doing like production stuff and she's doing, I mean, oh,
Yes,
so
that's who got
much.
my feet back wet into acting again.
Oh, see,
She called me and said, "Bro, I know you can do it," and
see that there we
there I
go.
was. Yeah.
And let me just go ahead and put that out there. Don't get it twisted. Dr. Torri and myself, we are great actors and actresses.
Hey,
We are great
listen,
in what we do.
we can turn it on and turn it off.
We can turn it on and turn it off. And we
Yeah,
give
you
shout
see.
out to our alma mater, Central Visual and Performing
And
Arts
performing arts, the
High
best high
School
school in the city
in the
of St.
city of St.
Louis.
Louis. You
St.
can
Louis.
question us if you want to, but Vap
If you want
always
to.
had it. And
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to the current principal, Dr. Casey.
Dr. Casey. Come on. One
And
of our classmates.
one of our classmates, alumni, came back and
Yes.
did it for the school. You know what, Lady
Do you
Anthony?
see it?
Lady Anthony, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
let you
put a
put
video
Sodan
on it.
in there. Lady Anthony, I'm gonna let you put Sodan in there because my mama work at Sodan. But once again, Central Visual and Performing Arts High
Visual
School.
performing arts.
You know, we're gonna go on this
Listen, where the
ongoing.
eagle soar.
The Eagle
Where the
soar.
eagle soar.
And the colors are gold and the
You see
green.
that? We been evolving for many years.
Now y'all know this is a St. Louis thing when you rep your high school, so y'all gotta excuse some of us, some of you guys from Florida and all
Yeah.
that. Y'all don't understand this thing. There's always been a rivalry in high schools, but when we talk about the Central Visual and Performing Arts,
And come on now.
that's it, Stacy. The Eagle soar. But I'm
The
sorry.
eagle soar.
We got to go back
Come
to the we got to
on,
get
come
back
on.
to the
Oh.
we got to get back to the lightning round questions. Give me another number between 1 and 20 before I get in trouble on this thing.
10.
Number 10. I love this question. This is one of my favorite questions as well. If everybody has a soundtrack to their life, if you could give
Mm-hmm.
me 4 songs that you know that would be on the soundtrack of your life, it could be secular, it could be gospel, but give me 4 songs that you know would be on your soundtrack of your life.
Number one, it's by the grace of God, Dorinda Clark Cole.
Ah,
Um, Number two, I am grateful. I don't know who sings it. Um, Number three, um, sure, um, I won't complain. Could be number three. Um,
okay. The original version.
yes.
Okay.
Number four, um, I want to give you something secular. Um, Anything that got something to do with dance, just dance, anything. Um,
Okay. Gotcha. All right. All right. Give me another number between 1 and 20.
Number 14.
Number 14. Ah, this is a good one. Give me one of your best life lessons, and who did you learn this life lesson from?
One of my best life lessons is everybody business is nobody business. Just show up with it.
And we are
That's
about to
that's
end the
where
show.
that
That was the
that's
benediction right there.
yeah. Everybody business is nobody business. Just show up with it. And I learned that from my grandmother. And when I was younger, I didn't understand. Um, but I used to be what they would call conceited, and a lot of people call me conceited and stuck up. Where I didn't see that in myself, but a lot of people called me that. But my grandmother taught me at a very young age to that I didn't have to tell everybody everything that I was doing, that it made a greater impact on the person when I just showed up with it. One, because they didn't know the where, they didn't know the when. All they knew is when I told them the how and the who. So my testimony was greater because I just showed up with it, and they were still trying to figure out why I wasn't still sitting back. You see what I'm saying?
And the church said, Amen. We're about to do the benediction. Will there be one? The doors of the church is open. I got one more. Give me one more. Give me one more number.
Um, let's go with 20.
Number 20. What is one thing that most people don't know about you?
Whew. I'm an open book, so it's very hard. One thing that most people don't know about me, um, is that I have great range in singing. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that about me. I am not a singer extraordinaire, but my range is through the roof.
Your range is, you know what? But
Yeah.
see, people, you are a triple threat, and most people don't know that about you. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I can tell you going back to VAP, you were doing
Yeah.
the musicals as well as everybody else. You kept the
Uh-huh.
dance steps, you did the songs, you did the acting. Shout out to Miss Vivian Watt,
In
one of the
Watts, yes.
best
Yes.
theater
She kept us
instructors.
together here.
She kept and still keeping people
Still.
kids skin
Yes, she was
together.
just a part of a production that I doing Greenwood when I
Oh
was I got
wow.
cast in Greenwood. She did the choreograph for it.
Choreography.
Yeah, the
And
choreography for it.
shout out to Miss Vivian Watt. I mean, she taught me, she taught my kids.
Mm-hmm.
It, you know what? We ain't gonna even go there. But that is one of the best theater instructors in the
Instructors
city.
ever. Yes.
Dance also. You know what? And you know what? I would give a shout out to Lady Anthony because I
Cause
didn't get
she
a
she
chance to do that.
she just don't want me to get my prop. She don't want to admit that I have range that's through the roof. And she
Don't want
keep
you to be
telling me
great.
she keep telling me that I'm tone deaf. Tone deaf don't have nothing to do with having range.
See, you know what? We'll get into that. I want, if y'all somebody tag Miss Callie Day, I really want her to be one of my guests. So can somebody please tag her to this show to let her know? I want her to come on here and explain and school the children about
Yes,
what range and what vocalism is. Okay, see,
exactly.
okay. Now I appreciate you for doing the lightning round, but we have come to the point where I call it my spotlight. This is the
Okay.
moment where my guests gets to speak to those that are watching the show, or even those who are yet watching the show, or who will be watching the show at a later date. I want you to speak something into their life for this year, for 2022.
Whew. My word, my lamb. Well, we've entered into 2022, the year of double. Um, and as we enter into 2022, I believe that today is the eighth day, which
Mm-hmm.
if for those of you that deals in number know that it represents new beginning. So even though we're in a new year, today can also start a new beginning in the new
Well,
year.
now that's
Now,
it.
as we move forward in 2022, I don't want you to dummy down what you've been doing, but I want you to double up on what you've been doing. Because we're saying that this is the year of double, then it's time for you to put in double the work. It's time for you to do double because now it's time for things to be expedited in this season, in this year. I know that we're in the middle of a pandemic, but God is opening up the heavens so that we can move expeditiously into what God is getting ready to do in our lives. So stop. So every time that you get ready to give or sow a seed, try to sow double because God is getting ready to open up doors and do things double in our life. Listen, all year long, I'm looking for double. If I get one check, I'm looking for another to follow. And that's what I want you to do all year long. Every time it look like you getting ready to run out, know that double is coming. I have twins, and I thank God for blessing me with twins. And I want you to know that this year is the year of twin blessings.
I'm somebody got to throw a cover on me. I'm done. I'm done. This
This
is
This is the year of twin blessings. This is the year of twin contracts. This is the year of signing twice, meaning that there are going to be multiple papers laid out in front of you for you to be able to sign. This is the year of double doors opening up, meaning that after one door open, that's just the onset. You just in the hallway of what God is really getting ready to do. Don't think that the first part of the year is all that he got for you because God got a lot of stuff lined up and it took us getting to 2022 for him to release it.
woo! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to scream at the microphone. Oh, look. You know what? I didn't even get a chance. Please, when you get a chance, go on Facebook and support brother Dr. Torri Anthony, not just for the church, Center of Empowerment Church, not only for evolving, but also Seeds of
Seeds of
Empowerment.
empowerment.
I wanted to put
Absolutely.
in Seeds of Empowerment in there real quick
Absolutely.
because they have done so much in the community to help individuals. They've done giveaways for toys. They've given away gift cards. He's done giveaways in honor of his mother. Uh, he's given. And I'm gonna tell you a little story that they had a robbery where a lot of their items were stolen for Christmas, but he still found ways to give back. God
It was
gave
God.
to
Yes,
where
God did.
to give back. And Seeds of Empowerment, if I don't support nobody else's organization, Seeds of Empowerment gets the stamp of approval for Let's Talk with Janet
Bless
and
you.
Love. So when
Bless
you guys get a chance, go on Facebook, look up Seeds of Empowerment, look up Dr. Torri Anthony, friend book, Facebook, request him, get into it. Go to TikTok, look him up. And what's your name under TikTok?
uh Empowerment Doctor. Likewise, on my YouTube channel is also the Empowerment Doctor,
The
and that's
empowerment.
where starting back this Wednesday, I will be doing my moments of empowerment. And also, you can email me at empowermentdoctor75@gmail.com, different things that you would want to hear on my YouTube channel. And generally, moments of empowerment is just like 5 minutes at the most. And I just come on, I drop some nuggets, and I move on because it doesn't take all day to do anything.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
And all
Yeah.
this information is going to be in the comments of this live. And as well, I'm proud to announce that we do have a YouTube channel for Let's Talk with Janet and Love. Just pull us up, Let's Talk with Janet and Love. You will see replays of the beginning of season 2 as well as this season, part of season 2. You will see those videos. I'm loading this week as we speak. Also, you will see Christmas greetings and declarations for the year 2020. The year 2022 will be on that page as well. Let me see. Is there anything else? Like I said, all the information in regards to Dr. Anthony will be in the comment section as well as there will be posted. Oh, don't forget to follow Let's Talk with Janet and Love on Facebook. Any of the things that you've missed in regards of the show announcements, this will be on there, posted on the Facebook page. If there are any questions, if you have any comments, if you're excited about the show, Lloyd, Stacy says she don't think she's ready for next week. I'm excited about next week because my girls are going to be the guests next week. If you didn't hear that earlier, next week, my girls, Stacy Janae, Star Joyelle, Sarita Janice, yes, I put your names out there, will be my guests next week on Let's Talk with Janet and Love. So you guys, make sure you tune in. Once again, if you're interested in being a corporate sponsor, inbox me, let me know. Shout out one more time to our corporate sponsor, Miss Deborah Blackman with SWAC, Sister with the Cause. Contact her at area code 708-887-9390. Her website is swacrocks.wakana.com. Her email address is swacrocks, the number 4, healing at gmail.com. Get into it, people. Enjoy it. Dr. Torri, thank you so much for being my
Thank
guest.
you.
I
Thank you
love
for
you.
having me. I
I
love
love
you
you.
so much. I love
I
you, and I
love.
appreciate you so much. I
I
appreciate
do.
you so much.
Dr. Anthony, I appreciate you. Love you. Lady Anthony, you know I love you. In spite of you going to Sodan. We'll forgive you for that. But I love you, girl. We got this thing going.
Yeah.
We ain't no never mind. But we appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching Let's Talk with Janet and Love. And again, I am your hostess, Janet in Love. You guys be blessed. Have a great day.